What's going on YouTube? So the 4Runner, of course, is a legendary off-road vehicle. However, not everybody who buys a 4Runner is going off-road continuously. Many crave a little bit of extra refinement and luxury, and that's where the limited version comes into play. So this is the all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner Limited, and let's go ahead and take a look at both how capable this is as well as how much luxury you get. Now, Limited has always stood at the top of the 4Runner lineup in terms of luxury. That actually changes a little bit though for this all-new generation, because Toyota is now also offering a Platinum trim level, which adds just a few little details to this Limited model, mostly in terms of aesthetics. It will actually take the chrome and kind of black it out in a similar way to what you get with the Tundra Platinum version. Now, in terms of the overall look, though, of course, this is fully redesigned. So we've got this really nice chunky design that's very similar to the Tacoma. Again, we've got the silver trim up there at the top, gloss black finish, and silver accents down here on the lower fascia. You're still going to have quite a lot of ground clearance. This model does have the air dam installed, but rest assured, just like with the Tacoma, you can easily remove this if you don't like it. Now, in terms of our headlights, we've got the premium LED arrangement here. These are bi-LED projector headlights. We also have the daytime running light and turn signal indicator built in right there, as well as our rigid industry fog lamps. Now, moving on to this area, of course, we still got the nice flared wheel arches. We've also got 20-inch alloy wheels on board for this limited model. Nice design to these. I like the color contrast accents that run throughout. Then in terms of our mirrors, they do have a body color finish. We also have built-in blind spot monitoring and heating.
Now here at the side, you're once again going to see that boxy shape that 4Runners have always been known for. However, I do want to point out for the Limited, you get a few more luxurious elements. Like Drew mentioned earlier, all of your wheel arches are going to be body color instead of black on some of the more off-road focused models. And we do also have running boards that are power deploying, so they make for a nice smooth look when they're not out. Now, as far as the overall length of this vehicle, it's 194.9 inches long, which actually places this as about an inch longer than the Toyota Land Cruiser, although it is still going to ride on Toyota's truck platform, so that of course allows for a lot of off-road capability. Now, as we head around to the rear design of this 4Runner, I think they've absolutely killed the way this looks. It looks so good here in person, and I think a lot of 4Runner owners coming from previous generations are still going to like a lot of the elements going on here. So as far as this area, instead of being black like it is on some of the more off-road focused models, this is going to be body color. We actually have a chrome Toyota branding through there and 4Runner branding. As far as our taillights are concerned, these are going to be an LED taillight, full LED finish. Really like the overall shape to it, and I am noticing that it is a red color as compared to other trim levels of the 4Runner. Now, as we head down to the lower area, this is going to be finished in a chrome, once again for that more luxurious look. We have an exposed exhaust outlet here on the left side. The tow rating comes in at 6,000 pounds. Now, in terms of safety systems, Toyota is including their most advanced safety suite as standard equipment on the 4Runner, so you are going to get all of those active safety features that you're looking for in your SUV on this model. But guys, arguably there's even bigger changes on the inside, so let's go ahead and dive into the interior tech improvements. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
Now let's go ahead and check out the inside. New for 2025, all trims will come with a smart entry system, so you can just reach behind the handle that will unlock the door. And again, as Mason was pointing out earlier, we do have power deploying running boards here on the limited trim level. Now let's talk a little bit about the seats before we explore all the interior luxury details. As you can see with this limited grade, we do have a perforated leather running through here. This is the brown color option. We've also got, a little accenting running through here. It looks overall quite nice. The seats themselves, looks like we got 12 ways of power adjustment. Some of the things in here, by the way, are going to be pre-production because this is a very early first look, such as this untextured plastic. But let's go ahead and climb inside so we can get into all those individual details. Now let's look around at the overall cabin materials. So over here on our door trim, we've got a nice leather padding. We have this brown leather through the center section, and then a nice big wide pad up here at the top for putting your arm on. All 4 windows automatic. We also have memory seats on the Limited trim. Top part of the dashboard is going to be a hard touch plastic. We do have a, looks like a kind of faux carbon fiber that runs through the center section, and then we do have more of the brown leather through there. We got the handlebar so you can hold on tight if you are using this off-road, or if the person that's driving is just not a good driver. All right, let's focus on interior technology next. So obviously the Limited trim is going to give you, the best technology that you can get. So we've got the 12.3-inch full digital gauge clusters. Every drive mode that you switch between gives you kind of slightly different look to that overall. We don't have a head-up display or anything like that, but we do have a nice leather wrap steering wheel. Perforated leather down here on the side. This is kind of your typical Toyota truck design. And the wheel itself is going to be power, tilt, and telescoping. That's a very nice touch to find on it. It is also heated as well. Now, in terms of storage, let's open up the console here. This is decently sized. It's not huge, but this is also not a huge SUV. We got 2 square cup holders. You have an area where you can store things, and then you got your wireless phone charging pad and another little area for your 2 charging USBs. This is all very similar to the Tacoma. Now, in terms of the shifter, nice meaty traditional shifter, pull down for drive. You can bump to the left for manual shifting. When you go into reverse, you get the 360 camera. As you can see, there's a lot of different things you can choose between in terms of your views to help things like backing up a trailer or seeing if there's any obstacles on the side right there. You also have an electronic parking brake. And then here with the 4Runner Limited, this gives you a little bit of a different adjustment because this has a different kind of 4-wheel drive system versus the other versions. And you do still have a tow haul mode as well right there. Now, as we take a look up top, we've got a dual zone automatic climate control system. Very easy to use because we have big, nice, meaty knobs. As you would expect, we also have 3-stage heated and ventilated seats up here in the front. We also have a nice big volume knob for our JBL sound system. So the JBL sound system is going to be an available choice on several of the trim levels. What's cool about it, though, is just like with the Tacoma, you can pop out or press this button here. The speaker will raise out of the dashboard, and you can take this with you and use this as a portable speaker and then put it back in there and charge it back up again. Now, take a look at this display, guys. So, obviously, with the previous generation, we had very tiny and outdated displays. That is no more at all. We've got the big 14-inch display. It is absolutely enormous. It's got wireless Android Auto. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay. It has built-in navigation as well. Overall, everything looks quite nice. Up at the top here, we've got an auto-dimming mirror with HomeLink remotes. I think you can get an available digital camera mirror as well. And then finally, at the very top, we have a traditional sunroof.
And let's look at the rear seats of this all-new 25 4Runner. Now, of course, I don't have official legroom and headroom figures. That will come later when this vehicle is slotted to go on sale. Toyota has not released that information yet. However, I can say I'm 5'9". Look at how much additional knee room I have, and my feet can slide up underneath the seat. The headroom is also quite impressive, as you would expect out of a boxy SUV. Now, here in the center, we do have vents. We also have 2 charging USB ports and a household-style outlet. One thing I am noticing is there is not a button for heated rear seats, so at least on the Limited trim level, I don't believe you will have the option of having heated rear seats. We do have a nice fold-down armrest, though, and the door trim itself is going to be made of nice materials with leather on the upper part for you to rest your arm, and leather through the center section with a cup holder in the front. Now, I do want to point out a few cool things here in the cargo area before I even open it up. One thing is that Toyota has retained the power rear glass. So I know a lot of you guys love that feature. They have retained that for this all-new 4Runner, so you can just power do the glass like so, and we also do have a power tailgate as well. So that's two nice features that they are including here on this 4Runner. Another nice feature that they are including is the availability of a third row. I haven't mentioned that just yet, but this particular model does not have a third row. However, we have confirmed with Toyota that a third row is available on the limited trim level. We're not exactly sure what trim structures will get the third row as an option, but that will be an option on the 4Runner. Now, as you can see today, we just have the 2-row version. I don't have official cargo figures yet, but I will go ahead and insert Lexus GX cargo figures, which should mirror what you find here on the 4Runner. Of course, you do also have a full-size spare tire up underneath of the bumper. But guys, let's go ahead and talk about the powertrain, because there's a lot of really cool things going on in that regard.
Now, with this new generation of the 4Runner, you do have new powertrains under the hood, as you would probably expect. So previously, we of course had a V6 engine. It neither had all that much power or all that good a fuel economy, and now that's been replaced with iForce powertrains. So that is going to be a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, or the iForce Hybrid Max system, which is going to be a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with additional electric hybrid componentry. If you are to choose that model, that's going to make this the most powerful 4Runner that has ever been made. That would give you 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque to be exact, and that is an available option on the limited trim as well as the TRD off-road. It's going to be standard on the TRD Pro, Trail Hunter, and that new top-of-the-line Platinum trim level. Now, in terms of your transmission, you've got an 8-speed automatic transmission no matter what, and no manual option will be available, unlike what you get with the Tacoma. Now, as far as fuel economy is concerned, the current 4Runner set at about 17 combined. This model here we expect to set somewhere in the mid to low 20 mpg combined range, just like with the brand new Tacoma and its new powertrains as well.
Now, if you're curious about pricing, no official pricing has been released by Toyota. However, we do expect high-end models like this Trail Hunter sitting to the right of me and the limited model to the left of me to be pretty pricey. So the previous 4Runner started around $40,000. We expect the base price to rise to around $42,000, and it used to top out around $55,000. We expect that to rise to probably $60,000 or a little bit more $1,000. So certainly a little bit of a price bump for this model we expect. However, like I said, Toyota has not officially released pricing yet. Now, if you're curious as to when this vehicle is going on sale, Toyota has slotted this to go on sale in fall of this year, so you have to wait about 6 more months if you're wanting to buy one of these 4Runner models. But guys, that's going to be it for our in-depth review of the 2025 all-new Toyota 4Runner Limited. If you enjoyed watching this video or found it helpful in your purchasing decisions, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're curious at all about the 4Runner, hit that subscribe button, because this was a very quick, we had about 20 minutes with this vehicle, so we just kind of went through as many details as we could in that amount of time, but we're going to do a lot more detailed stuff later on, so you won't want to miss out. If you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.